Hey, Genius Leaders, welcome to the solo episode of the Genius Leadership Podcast. Today, I will record some takeaways from the conference that I just got back from. So, I was in Lisbon for a week for the biggest, I believe, it is the biggest one, tech conference in the world. It's a web summit, and in Portugal, it's around 70,000 participants, almost 1,000 of speakers there, and a lot of people who are coming from every corner of the world. And it's been the second time that I've been there. I was there in the autumn of 2022 as a moderator of two, or a host of two stages. And this year I came back to host one of the stages, the Startup University stage, and also a first experience for me was to be a judge at the pitching competition for some startups. And then it was a lot of networking around that. So the event itself was November 11th to 14th. And I want to bring you four takeaways that I actually came home with from that. Um, so for the context, again, there are 12 or so stages there, quite many different stages. From fairly small ones, maybe like for 100 people, to the main stages for 7,000 people, I believe, or even 12 capacity in the room. And then the Startup University stage was several hundred people. I don't know exactly how many, maybe four or five, from just kind of approximately from what my feeling was based on the chairs in the room. And of course, when there are like three full day event, like full day, 3 full days of events, I'm still tired from talking. I arrived just at 3 a.m. this morning, and now it's evening that I'm recording it, but I just wanted to do it when it's still fresh. Um, so I might be be lost in my words, but it's been 3 full days plus the opening night in the evening was just the main stage. So there were a lot of different talks, there were a lot of different tracks, different kind of industries. So there was, of course, an AI track, there was a track about health tech, there was a track for creators, and something for crypto, I think, etc., etc., etc. So there were a lot of different stages with their topics. Some of them more generic, so not industry specific, but more about the stage. So there was a growth summit, for example. Then it's about how different companies are scaling, whether it's from the startup to scale up or how they go through their scale up journey, etc. So there were different topics, and I stayed away from most of the stages. I would not ever like to go there as a participant or attendee to this conference because it is so big, and I know that I would be absolutely overwhelmed. So what I did, apart from when it was my time to go to the stage, I actually stayed in the speaker lounge and talked to people there. Um, that's my way to deal with that, my way of actually getting the value out of it and enjoying it instead of feeling 3.5 days of complete FOMO. And I wanted to bring what my summary is of that event. And surprise, surprise, another part of that is actually about the tech itself. So, four takeaways that I'm coming home with. First one is about the builders will keep building. And that's the phrase that I read from Cody Sanchez. She is a or business coach, not on the way, no, not really. She is an owner and investor in many businesses in the US, has a great portfolio, and also helps others invest in businesses, buy businesses, etc. So really build wealth. And this phrase she published the day after the US elections, the day when a lot of us were feeling affected, even if we're not in the US, if we don't travel to there, like I never traveled to the US so far. I felt heavy the day when the results were published. And I really liked what Cody said. Builders will keep building. No matter what is going on in the politics world, they'll keep creating, they'll keep bringing their ideas to life and keep creating the workplaces for the others, etc. And that's what I felt at the Web Summit. And I'm just saying that and I'm having goosebumps right now because it was such a beautiful mix of people who were all there to build. all there to connect the dots, all there to bring their ideas to life, all there to really make their dreams come true. And being surrounded by those people for 3.5 days was really a huge recharge of my hope in humanity. So that battery is completely full right now, thanks to everyone whom I've enjoyed it with. So this is one of the things that I want to emphasize. Whenever we feel like the whole world is against us, whenever we feel like some shit is going on in the politics, geopolitics, economy, etc., keep building. And something that I discuss with many people there, that life is hard. And also something that comes from Cody, she's saying everything is hard, choose your heart. And I think that's a very important message for us. When we so often get stuck in like it has to be easy if it's the right thing. It has to just be completely flawless and completely mm, like we don't need to feel like we're putting effort into something if it's right. But that's not the case. Everything is hard. Or no matter which path you choose for yourself professionally, personally, etc., there will be trade-offs, there will be tough days, there'll be shit hitting the fan inevitably. And it's really important to remember that everything is hard. But first of all, it doesn't mean that we have to make it harder for ourselves than it already is. And secondly, it means that there will be no perfect solution. There is the solution that we're choosing and we're committing to, and the others that we need to be okay with not choosing if we have committed to something else. So this is the first thing. Keep building, no matter what's going on. Keep going forward, making your dreams and ideas, making our dreams come true and ideas brought to the reality and to life. That's what the purpose in life is. And we can't fix everything in the whole world, but we can fix something for ourselves in our lives. We can fix something for our immediate community, our immediate family, immediate circle of friends, and that's enough. You don't have to change something for the whole world to feel like your life is meaningful, purposeful, and is worth living. So keep building, keep building. That's the first one. Second takeaway for me is the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people. I cannot, I'm just smiling so much when I think about it. How many hugs, real, true, warm hugs I got and gave him throughout that conference. How many beautiful conversations we've had. We've had so many serendipitous moments when I would randomly sit down with some person at the table for lunch and would start talking, and we understand that, just again having goosebumps, we understand that we really want to talk further because we're doing very similar things and we want to collaborate, or we're like matching pieces of puzzle, etc. Or how people would randomly run into each other, or just feel like it's meant to be. And it was just such a good environment, such a high vibe to be in, and it brought so much peace, but at the same time energy. So it's this kind of lively energy or life force energy, but at the same time, it's not hectic, it's not stressful, it's not overwhelming. It felt right. And I don't think I was the only one who felt that. So I want to really emphasize that you feel it when you're surrounded by the right people, right for you, not necessarily bad or good people, right? Someone can be a so to say bad person for you, but it can be a good person for someone else. But surrounding yourself with the people who are right for you, who bring in the right kind of energy, the right drive, the right kind of challenge is so important. It's something that will really help us bring keep going and keep building. Going back to the first point. So we really need to be attentive to that, and you feel it. You really feel it if the person is right for you or not. And being brave to say no and take a step away from the person who doesn't feel right to you, or from the environment doesn't feel right for you, the company, the team, etc. It's tough, but it feels great and it's worth it. I actually had a conversation where we had a situation with a person with whom I met in the speaker lounge, and then we just chatted and we decided to go for dinner. And then I said, okay, I'm also planning to meet this person. Shall we just do it together? But it's up to you to say. And this person said to me, honestly, I would like to have it one-to-one with you. I just have a feeling. And we discussed it, and he was apologizing during the dinner how that he he said no to meeting altogether. And I said, that's just fine. It's good. And I'm happy that you said it. I'm happy that you're practicing to say no when it doesn't feel right. And even though it felt uncomfortable for him, it felt good. And we had beautiful conversations that would not have happened if it would have been three people. And I still met the other person, and I had beautiful conversations there that would not have happened if we would be three people for dinner. So we need to get over ourselves. We need to get over the discomfort when we go through a possibility of saying no and see how much beauty and how much magic is on the other side of that no. So remind yourself that it's okay to say no, and it's very important to surround yourself with the right kind of people. The third takeaway for me is the power of thank you. There was actually a talk about that on a stage that I was moderating, how a thank you actually transforms Fortune 500 companies. And the speaker, Eric, was actually has a company that helps global brands build this culture of recognition within their organizations, and how much that actually affects the productivity, the performance of the teams, the well-being, the retention of the employees, etc. So I've noticed that as well so much within the environment that we've been in. I know I was walking around with Patrick, a friend, and he would be saying thank you to everyone, and especially making people feel seen, those who are there to work. People at the entrance, the security, he was like high-fiving them and fist bumping them. So they made friends the day before. He would be really emphasizing how important people who are doing the catering and making the coffee, etc., are. He made them all feel seen. And again, I'm having goosebumps. Those are just the takeaways for me that really made a huge difference. And I saw how much it changed the environment around him, the people whom he said thank you to, people who heard him saying thank you to the others. And, it's contagious. I wanted to also emphasize it. I'm usually not so outspoken. I am a bit calmer on that, but it felt like I wanted to give this beauty to the others. I wanted to say thank you to people who really made it a beautiful, really pleasant experience to be as a speaker there. So this is something that we also probably using not enough in our environment and in our relationships, whether it's professional or personal relationships. Think about how much thank you do you say per day, and try to up that game and see what happens. Because it will lift you up, it will give you energy, it will not take anything away from you. Your crown will not fall down, you will not feel less off because you say thank you. And if yes, then probably there is some stuff you need to do through therapy or mind shifting, to be honest. And that really lifts up the people around you and builds beauty and connection within the relationships you're having. And it just creates the right kind of energy that we really need in this world right now. I cannot emphasize enough how positivity can really change the things for ourselves. And it's not about the empty stuff, saying something without essence or pretending everything is perfect. Stuff is not perfect, Patrick also has his days, also has his troubles that he has shared with me, but still he doesn't let that mean that he stops seeing the other people. He stops appreciating them. He stops appreciating his life. And that's something that we all can learn from him, and we can take it into our relationships. So notice those tiny things that are positive, that are making your life a little bit better, a bit more pleasant, a bit more joyful, and say thank you for that. Show your appreciation to the others. And also look yourself in the eyes for real in the mirror and say thank you to yourself. It's a practice that will also change your life. So the power of a thank you is a huge one, and I want you to take that with you. The last, fourth takeaway is somewhat related to the technology, but also just a little bit. So there was, of course, a lot of conversation about AI. It's now everywhere, especially if you go to tech event, you cannot avoid it, right? Uh, there were talks on every stage, I think, independently of what kind of topic it was. There was something about artificial intelligence. And to me, a lot of power from those conversations is coming from the perspective of what it means to be human in the age of AI. And this is something that we really need to pause on. Yes, we're building a lot of tools, we're building a lot of assistance for ourselves with the technology. But with that, we need to go back to the humanity. Technologies, they're not for the sake of technology. It's for us to be able to have space, both time-wise, energy-wise, and headspace, to get back to us as humans, ourselves as humans, to really rediscover the power of true connection with each other, to rediscover the beauty of our souls. And it might sound very spiritual, but our minds and souls are beautiful. And I think we have overwhelmed ourselves and stressed ourselves and got ourselves so busy that we've forgot how beautiful we are as human beings. And I see a big potential for us to actually find the time and energy for that once we start using artificial intelligence to offload ourselves somehow and optimize the things that we're doing. So I really want to emphasize this part. Tech is amazing, but not for the sake of tech itself. And we should use it to make our lives richer and more beautiful rather than just fancier or more techy. So this is a reflection point for you. Think about it. What does it mean to be human right now? And how would you like to be as a human being a couple of years from now, given that the development, the technological development goes really quickly right now, and the things will be very different, and the jobs are changing, etc. So, what kind of human do you want to be? How do you want to show up in the world every day, now and a couple of years from now? And where is the gap there? And how can you keep practicing to show up as that beautiful, mindful, intentional human being that you are? So, it's a bit of a shorter episode, but I did want to bring a bit of the top of mind takeaways and top of heart. As I said, this event has really filled up my battery, recharged it when it comes to loving humans and believing in ourselves and hoping that we can make this world a better place. It was a very important reminder about that right now. No matter what kind of technology we're developing and how it goes with that, the beauty in life is about humans and real human connection. And I'm very grateful to the Web Summit, their amazing team who pulled this event through for a lot of people, all the volunteers who were there, everyone who was involved in that. They have done an amazing job, and I'm looking forward to going back there next year. So, looking forward to connecting with people for real, and I hope that you'll do that as well. We'll still have a bit of time this year, and I do hope that you are using that time, even though I know it's usually busy. Use that time for reconnecting with people for real, slowing down a bit and seeing each other, hugging each other properly, looking into each other's eyes, putting the phones away and talking for real, and see how much beauty that is and how much energy it can give you and how much inspiration and hope for the future it can give you as well. So with that, I want to remind you, as always, that I see you, I feel you, I do love you, and I do believe that you are worth of that connection, and you can have those deep conversations, open hearts with other people, create some beauty together. So whatever the environment in which you can experience it, go get in that environment, experience it, because it's so needed right now for us to keep going, keep building, keep connecting with each other, keep being grateful for what we have, and making this place a better place, making this world a better place every day. So go connect with people and keep building. Love you, take care, and talk to you next week.